Super Mario 64. I have previously made a video about why this game is the best speedrun game you can play, so I decided I would make a video about it now of me actually speedrunning it, and see how much I could improve in it. I can't, I take it all back. This game fucking sucks. For this challenge, I thought it would be a good idea for my goal time to be under 20 minutes. This is generally what's considered the barrier time to what's considered a good run, but also to where it wouldn't take me long enough to miss my weekly upload. This would turn out to be false. Oh yeah, I'm stopping weekly uploads, by the way. But with me not knowing that at the time, I decided to head into my first day of speedrunning Super Mario 64. I started off by just going through and practicing each star I needed in the castle to both get used to the game and refresh my memory on where I should go. This took me about 2 hours to practice and get familiar with the game again, and after I finished this practice, I decided to do my first run to set a baseline for my future expectations of how much I would need to improve. And holy shit, I got a 22-minute time. How did this happen? This was seeming like the absolute perfect start to this challenge and made me feel extremely confident in my capabilities with this run. However, this would actually serve to be less of a blessing and more of a curse. There is a common theory with progress that is known as the Dunningkruger Effect. This is the idea that when learning something new, you will immediately be peaking in confidence. Or as the graph refers to it, the peak of Mount Stupid. This is because your confidence will be at an all-time high when in reality you know almost nothing. This is where that 22-minute run had placed me, and I was destined to head for the Valley of Despair. However, to call it a Valley of Despair was an absolute understatement. Because of my first run doing so well, I would be constantly thinking that I would need to be absolutely perfect to keep up with it. But what this actually just led to was me resetting over the smallest mistake over and over and over again, and I would barely ever even get out of Bob-omb Battlefield. I went through this pattern of gameplay for 3 days, and somehow it never occurred to me that this was actually damaging my abilities. On the 4th day, I decided that I had had enough of this constant resetting and just decided to do a run from beginning to end. And holy shit, I got worse. I started off the run by missing Lakitu skip. Fuck. I then proceeded to hit bomb clip, hit cannonless, and collect this star with relative ease. But remember, this is the beginning of the run, the part that I've played non-stop for 3 days. Let's see what happens when we go a bit later in the game. "24 minutes and 20 seconds. Not only is this slower than my original time, but it's after I have been playing for 3 days straight. It was in this moment I realized that I would need to do more than just runs to get a sub 20. I would need to practice, and so I did. I started off by going online and downloading this practice ROM that speedrunners use to practice individual levels. I then got into the game, and for the next 6 hours of my day, all I was doing was practicing stars and switching between stages. In each section of movement or individual star, I could spend up to an hour just resetting and practicing over and over and over to make sure that I had the best chance possible to not choke during my runs. I would also now be able to practice individual strats because I had save states, so stuff like left side and Bowser in the Fire Sea was now manageable for me to practice. However, even after all of this practice, I knew it wouldn't be enough on its own. So every day that I would play Mario 64 from now on, I would always start out with at least an hour of going through the stages and getting consistent with my movement. After looking through it, it was definitely this point that I was headed to the slope of enlightenment. With the amount of consistency and effort put into this game, it was only a matter of time before I was getting that sub 20, and all that was left to do was keep on trying. After getting that practice in, I could already feel myself being more consistent with the game. I was messing up way less, and even when I was messing up, it was way less frustrating as a result of me, well, not messing up as much. This resulted in me being able to do in only 11 tries what I wasn't able to do in the past 3 days. Finish a run. And not only did I manage to finish a run, but I managed to kill Bowser and collect the final star in only 20 minutes and 47 seconds. Beating my old time by almost 2 whole minutes. I then managed to achieve another feat of replacing this ugly ass timer. I would then also realize that no matter how much I practice, I can still choke just as hard. As shown by the fact that I would come to lose 13 of my good pace runs to resetting from chasing this stupid rabbit for too long, missing 2 of my Bowser throws and then dying, doing whatever the hell this is, missing this triple jump wall jump and then falling into a pit, bonking into this chimney that forced me to do a much slower star, missing 3 throws in a row and then giving up out of frustration, once again bonking into this chimney, sliding down this ledge twice, somehow jumping off of this platform after letting go of the trigger. This one just hurt. Getting thrown off by this owl's momentum, messing up this wall jump strategy twice. And last but certainly not least, BLJ's taking an ungodly amount of time. Like 2.5 minutes before just giving up amount of time. Even after all of these mistakes, I kept on playing because I could just feel that there was an achievement around the corner. And this run would be that achievement. I was just hitting trick after trick after trick, and while my movement wasn't perfect, it was just enough that I needed for my goal. I made it through Bowser in the Sky in pretty good time, and now all I needed to do was hit 3 Bowser throws in a row. I just had to stay cool, calm, and oh my god, are you kidding me? It was all downhill from there. I got a time of 20:40. You know that achievement I was talking about? It was 7 seconds of time save. To be completely honest, this run is what sent me over the edge for this game. It really just made me feel like I was putting in all this work for nothing, for an unattainable goal. So I stopped playing. I didn't even touch the game past this point. That was until 3 days later, when I had a realization. Damn, I need to make a YouTube video. And that was all the motivation I needed. And after only a couple practice runs, I was back to playing well. I did have a couple of fails, like whatever this was happened. I also managed to fall off the left side of Bowser in the Fire Sea, and once again got stuck on BLJs for 2 minutes straight. But because of the fact that I wasn't letting any of this get to my head, it didn't affect how well I played, which is what led me to being able to pull off this next run.
2 weeks of my life and 466 attempts later. Was it worth it? Well, my run got rejected for using the wrong emulator, so probably not.